every year for drum major auditions, the drum majors normally help out the people trying out for drum major, and since we can't help you out in person, we thought we would make a video.
So the first thing that we'll be addressing is the interview. So first and foremost, you have to have confidence, because you don't have confidence, well, that's not good.
It doesn't go well.
So some potential questions that you can look out for are, what are your strengths and weaknesses? That one usually comes up a lot. Are you willing to give away basically all your free time for marching band and band in general?
What can you bring to the band?
What makes you think that you would make a good drum major?
Why are you passionate about band?
What else?
Pretty much anything you would want to know about why someone should be drum major. And think about the questions you would ask someone if you were in the audience, and even questions you may have asked us last year.
Good times. Also, just like, whenever you're answering a question, be honest, because people can tell when you're not honest, and if you're honest, it makes people like you better. Even if you don't like that part about you, it just makes people trust you more.
So don't worry about finding the perfect answer to a question and sculpting it to be what you think people will like. Give your answer no matter what. It sounds cheesy, but it's very important, and it definitely has influenced drum major auditions in the past.
The next thing we'll be doing is conducting, which I'm sure all of you are looking for.
Hopefully you can hear us.
We'll check that later.
Yep.
Alright, so posture for conducting.
This is the most important part. So first of all, just upper body is very similar to like marching band. Shoulders back, chin up, and then you want your feet shoulder width apart to help really with that confidence. So as far as your hands and arms and what to do with them, because that's always the weirdest part, you want your elbows to be a little bit away from your body. You don't want to be up too high, or else this is very, very uncomfortable. And after conducting a show for 7 minutes, you will be in pain if you are conducting like this. So you want somewhere that's just pretty comfortable. You want a little bit of space here, about size of maybe like a softball. And then also make sure your elbows aren't too far forward or back. You want them just a little bit in front of the center of your body. You don't want way out here, and you don't want way back here, because it really restricts your movement. And it looks funny. So just a good height. Up and down, you should be probably just like a little bit above your stomach area, so like right here-ish, because you want to make sure the band can see you. But also, once again, it's going to get really tiring if you're way up here, and it's really hard to see and move if you're way down here. One other very important thing, you want to conduct from your elbows. Your shoulders can move a little bit, but make sure you're not doing the whole thing with your shoulders, because this is not going to be good.
And it's hard to follow for
Yes.
the band.
It's very hard to follow. Also, you don't want to do it all with your wrists. This is also not good. No jellyfish. So pretty much from your elbow, and then, so for marching band, what our band does is we do a checkpoint pattern. And what this means is that the bottom of your palm, like right here, the heel of your hand, is going to hit the same spot every time. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4. So every time I'm hitting this same spot. Also very important. So to do this, practice with a stand. So once again, just raise it about to the stomach area, and then you just practice like this. And this will really help you make sure that you are, wait for wind a second, that you're hitting the right spot every time. Right?
It also
We'll have really windy times on the podium as well.
Yes, they will try to blow you over. It's not fun. Farmington
not.
sucks.
Grand Junction was pretty windy too.
Yep. So
Also-
the stand helps to make sure that like your hands are at the same level, which is really important, because you don't want to be like off, because that would just be super
Yeah,
weird.
you don't want to be like this. Never cross your hands. What else? Practice with a mirror. Practice with a mirror. Very, very important.
You get to look at yourself a lot. It's super fun. Trust us.
Also, you can record yourself, which is also very helpful. One other thing as far as hand shape, you want to be pretty flat with your elbow. A little bit above is fine. And then what I was taught is, as far as the curve of your hand, you put your hand on top of your head. And about that curve should be about the same curve as your hand. You don't want to be like really cupped. You don't want to be super flat because this would also be hard to hold. Just like a nice, comfortable spot.
Yeah, and I learned like the side of your face, which is about the same.
About the same. So, whichever works better for you. Alright, so I think those are the basics. Shall we go over patterns?
Yes.
No. Okay.
So we're gonna start with a 4 pattern because that will probably be what you're using the most, and it's probably the easiest as well. So Claire here will show us. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So as you noticed, the ands on 1 it's 1 up, 2 in, 3 out, 4 up. Sorry. We also like to call that, what is it? The cheeseburger thing.
It's down, hamburger,
Hamburger.
hug, don't shoot.
Yes.
Down, hamburger, hug, don't shoot. Down, hamburger, hug, don't shoot.
And that's how you remember a 4 pattern. And then a 3 is slightly different, so instead of going down and then in, you're going to go down and then out. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you'll probably end up using this one quite a bit as well. Not sure what you all are supposed to be conducting for this. So we're just going to give you a 4 pattern, a 3/4, and a 2/4.
So, like Tegan said, your ands are when it's like the movement, so down and then, because your downbeats are in the same spot, and then your ands is where it moves, but you want to make sure it's not choppy, because you don't want to be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. You want a nice smooth pattern.
Alright, and then for a 2 pattern, you probably won't use this a whole lot, but you might, so we're going to go over it as well.
There's normally a random measure here or there
Yes.
that
so,
you will most likely forget about a few times.
Yes,
It's
definitely. This one's a bit different, so instead of going down and up, you're going to go down and out first.
Still come up a little bit, but it's not nearly as
Sorry.
noticeable.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
And if you think
2.
about it too much, that happens.
Yeah. Or you're forgetful, which happens as well.
And it's okay. We all make mistakes. We all understand. Band understands it. If you mess up during your conducting part of your interview or audition or whatever you want to call it, don't worry. It's not a big deal. All
Done it.
messed up. We
Yeah.
all messed up during our audition.
Lots.
And it's okay. Don't freak out because that will make it go so much worse.
Alright. Next we're going to go over marching. You all probably already know this. But, so position, you can't see my feet, I don't think. But you're going to be in what we call first position. You're going to obviously stand up straight. Hands are about like where you play a brass instrument.
Shoulders back.
Yep.
Chin up. Same as normal. Tall and proud. Very important. Always have confidence during your auditions, interviews, etc. Same goes for a job, anything like that. You don't want your shoulders, your elbows splayed out because that would be uncomfortable.
No one
You don't
plays
want to
like
weigh in because no one plays like that either, and it really closes your chest so you don't have air. Not that that's important for this part, but you want to have good posture. Chin is normally about 10 degrees above horizon. And yes, lovely example here.
Thanks.
Don't get distracted. I know another thing we practiced was last year when we were auditioning, or maybe it was 2 years ago, I don't remember, but we had to practice standing like this while the drum majors came up and yelled at us and made random comments, and you had to hold this position.
I got this here too.
Yeah, so we do that a lot. And then just strike box, so that is important. You want to make sure you mark it out in practice because it has been a few months, and good idea to practice wherever you can mark it out. Good idea. Also, during your audition, if we have one, hopefully, don't worry about tripping. It happens.
I tripped last year, for those of you who didn't see it. I hit a hole in the ground because we weren't on the field. But it's all good, so it happens.
It happens.
It doesn't,
okay.
it doesn't mess anything up. Well, it does, but it doesn't
It's
hurt your
fine.
chances of being drum major.
Yes. Also, you'll probably want to practice shouting commands. I know I did because that was something I didn't quite have as much confidence about. And that can be really fun if you want to scare your family or confuse them or all of the above. I remember I walked into the house one day and I didn't realize my dad was inside and walked in and just immediately shouted, "Band 10 hot!" And he was very confused. That is not how I
weird.
normally shout. That I am very weird. I think you all hopefully know that by now. It's almost a requirement to be drum major.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember, we have new commands. So that's band, pause, 10, hot.
And then you yell go, or the band yells go.
So during the interview, like probably Finley would yell, "Band 10, hot, go!" Like that. Another thing is we changed the band horns up, band horns down thing this year as well. So it's band horns up,
Up,
band horns down.
down.
Also good to remember. And I think those are the main ones.
Yes.
So yeah, let us know if you have any other questions, want more help, any of that.
If you want to do a mock interview, just contact us somehow. We're pretty easy to get a hold of.
Yep.
Aren't doing a whole lot anyways, so
Yeah.
cool.
All right. So good luck, everyone, and see you later.